प्लेसमेंट्स कैसे होते हैं इसके बारे में तो बहुत पता चलने वाला है। सो वेट करते हैं हम थोड़ा देर ताकि बाकी भी आए।
हाँ
एंड कुछ लोग लॉबी में भी है तो प्लीज एग्जीक्यूटिव्स उनको ऐड करो। आई थिंक आज थोड़ा स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा रहना चाहिए। कुछ अच्छा ही है, हमारे कॉलेज के प्लेसमेंट के बारे में हम बहुत कुछ जानेंगे तो बहुत बेनिफिशियल रहेगा। चलो हम कुछ ही देर में स्टार्ट करते हैं सेशन और we'll wait for some more people to join the meeting and then we'll start our session। तब तक बात कर लेते हैं। मुझे भी बहुत सारे नए लोग दिख रहे हैं आज, देखते हैं उनसे बात करके एक बार।
Santosh, can you please quickly go full screen again?
Yes, okay, I'll share my screen। Okay, मेरी स्क्रीन दिख रही है?
Yes, perfect, thanks।
Okay। So live placements Q&A with Kunal Patil। हम क्या है लाइव प्लेसमेंट्स Q&A, हु इज कुणाल पाटिल, ये सब हम डिस्कस करते हैं। ओके, सो we'll start our live placements Q&A with Kunal Patil in 5 minutes। सभी आई थिंक उसी के लिए बहुत एक्साइटेड है, तो हम 5 मिनट में सेशन हम हमारा स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं। तो कुछ और दोस्तों से बात कर लेते हैं। जो बहुत डिस्कस करना है तो फिर तुम जितना इंटरेक्ट, क्योंकि तुम ऐसा सोचो कि मुझे बहुत फायदा होना चाहिए इस सेशन से, और इस सेशन से फायदा करने के लिए तुम्हें बोलना तो पड़ेगा, तुम्हें अपने क्वेश्चंस तो पूछने पड़ेंगे, राइट? सो we'll try to make this session as interactive as it can be। okay, तो क्वेश्चंस तो आई थिंक बहुत सारे लोगों ने प्रिपेयर किया है, और हमने जो फॉर्म दिया था लाइक जानने के लिए कि लोगों के मन में क्या चलता है, उसके बारे में हम डिस्कस करेंगे इस सेशन में। सो हम देखते हैं इस सेशन का एजेंडा क्या है। ओके, एंड एजेंडा, इस सेशन का एजेंडा है इंटरव्यू विद कुणाल। इंटरव्यू विद कुणाल, हु इज कुणाल? सो कुछ ही देर में आपको पता चलने वाला है कि हु इज कुणाल। एंड इंटरव्यू विद कुणाल में हम क्या करने वाले हैं, हम जानते हैं कुणाल के एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा हमारे कॉलेज के प्लेसमेंट्स में, एंड हमारे कॉलेज के प्लेसमेंट एग्जैक्टली कैसे होते हैं वो सब हम इंटरव्यू विद कुणाल में जानेंगे। एंड Q&A सेशन में हम कुछ जनरल क्वेश्चंस है जो लाइक बहुत सारे दिमाग में बहुत सारों के दिमाग में आते हैं लाइक प्लेसमेंट से हमारे कॉलेज के, तो फिर वो हमने क्वेश्चंस सॉर्ट किए हैं, वो हम पूछने वाले हैं कुणाल से। तो वो हमारे Q&A सेशन में होने वाला है। एंड एज रेगुलरली जैसे हर बार होता है, CP फाउंडेशन विद C++, जो तुम्हारे प्लेसमेंट लेने में बहुत मदद करने वाला है, वो तो हमारा रेगुलरली आज का सेशन नंबर 3 है। एंड आज हमारे सेशन नंबर 3 में और हम एक वैसे ही DS का एक टॉपिक कवर करने वाले हैं। सो आई थिंक बोलते बोलते मैंने सेशन तो स्टार्ट कर ही दिया, तो फिर बढ़ते आगे। जानते हैं हु इज कुणाल, अबाउट कुणाल। तो कुणाल इज फॉर्मर जनरल सेक्रेटरी ऑफ कंप्यूटर डिपार्टमेंट। फॉर्मर जनरल सेक्रेटरी मतलब हम नॉर्मली GS बोलते, तो फिर कुणाल GS थे कंप्यूटर डिपार्टमेंट के। एंड ही वाज द लीड ऑफ द टेक्टोनिक एंड करंडक टीम 2019-20। जो हमारा कॉलेज का करंडक होता है, टेक्टोनिक होता है, तो वो उसको लीड करते थे। एंड कुणाल के लीड में कंप्यूटर के डिपार्टमेंट को ट्रॉफी भी मिला है। So he's a good leader, and he's placed in Qualitia Software Private Limited with 6 lakh LPA. Okay, as a fresher, right? So कुणाल की प्लेसमेंट हो चुकी है विद 6 लाख LPA, तो हम उनको कंग्रेचुलेट भी करेंगे, राइट। एंड CGPA तो 9.13 है। लाइक तुम देख सकते हो कितना अच्छा CGPA है। इन 4 साल यही ग्राफ 9.13 मेंटेन करना, लाइक इट्स अ ह्यूज टास्क। शायद आप लोगों को पता ही होगा, है ना। सो कुणाल हमारे साथ है मीटिंग में, हम कुणाल को इनवाइट करते हैं। सो वी वेलकम यू कुणाल टू लाइव प्लेसमेंट।
Can you hear me, Santosh?
हाँ, यस कुणाल।
Okay. Good afternoon, Santosh, and good afternoon to everyone who is attending this session. Leaving the match aside, I mean, you are great. Leaving the T20 match aside. Okay. Talking about placements, can you hear me, Santosh? I just out.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Great. So, talking about placements, those who are here from second year and third year, for them, this session is going to be really good. You will have some great experiences. But those who are here from fourth year, I would recommend them that they should also share their experiences rather than enjoying my conversation. Okay. So, talking about SOE placements in general, how the placements occur in SOE. So there is no separate placement for Sinhagad College of Engineering. The Sinhagad Institute itself has 10 colleges, 12 colleges, and we have a common placement for all those 12 colleges. So it is SKN, NBN, RMD, you have Solapur, Pandharpur, Sinhagad Kodwa, and SCOE. So there are 12 total colleges of Sinhagad, and we have a combined placement for them. So every company that comes, it is not for SCOE, it is for everyone. So the competition level is really high in Sinhagad as compared to other colleges, because the college is just one. If you go to PVG, there is only PVG, but over here you have 10 different colleges of under the name of Sinhagad Institutes. So there is little competition uphill over here. Now, talking about Sinhagad College, we are Tier 3 college, and we need to accept this very well. We know the Tier 1 colleges, that are the IITs, NITs, the Tier 2 colleges, that is BITS, VIT, but Tier 3 colleges, the rest that don't belong to these two tiers, are really something who don't get some good opportunities or great opportunities, that you think that big pools will come over here, which are the Facebook, Amazon, or Flipkart. These big pools don't come over here. The most targeted audience of Tier 3 colleges, or the companies that target Tier 3 colleges, are the service-based companies. That is TCS, Cognizant, Infosys, you name it, Accenture, Capgemini, all these companies, Wipro. But it doesn't mean that product-based company don't come to our college. There are a substantial number of product-based companies. 10 to 15 product-based companies definitely come to our college every year. So talking about the level of packages, really they are not as good that everyone will come about 12 lakh package. No, there are very few companies who offer about 10. I would say it's only one, that is Veritas, that too for a testing role. Whereas other companies, the product-based companies who come to our colleges, they give a package or offer package above 5 lakhs. It ranges from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Okay, like in case of Qualitia, you have Continuum, you have EQ Technology and SmartPrix. This EQ Technology and SmartPrix didn't came this year due to Corona, but else at your time, definitely they would come. So I know you have many doubts about what is product-based company and service-based company, and which you should prefer. Always say that you should go for product-based company, but are service-based company those bad? I don't think so. They also have some advantages and disadvantages. We will cover this up in detail in the further session. But now talking about, yes, please.
So Kunal, actually we have collected some questions and sorted those questions. So we'll go through that questions. Then it will be like
Yeah,
very
okay,
good if
okay.
you answer
It is, yes.
in a structured manner, and it will be very easy for you also. I think like answering questions if we have. So our first question, like the basic question is, what is the procedure for applying for placements in our college? Like, there is a procedure like for off-campus placements, we had to send our resume and all. We had to, ask for referrals and all. And is there any particular procedure like you get emails or like you have to upload your resume or our TNP informs us that so and so company is going to visit our college? So be ready with these many things. Can you please explain us what is the actual procedure for applying for placements in our college?
Okay. So first of all, the TNP of our Sinhgarh college is very good. TNP cell. They take care of everything. You don't need to do anything. Okay. You just have to fill the forms that they give. Those forms are Google Forms. In our case, it was Google Forms. Otherwise, they use James site. So in James site, what is that? You have your own login. You have your own account over there, and whichever company comes, you are get informed. You are always informed about this is company, this is its description, this is the package they are offering, these are the number of vacancies, and you just need to click one button, that is apply. If you click on the apply, the system automatically registers you in that process. Initially, all your records, that is your CGPA, your certificates, and all the experiences you have, it is priorly taken before applying to any company. So you don't need to fill the form of every company about your grades and all every time. The James site takes care of all that. And talking about this time, due to Corona, the James site was not working because the college itself was not present in the college. The TNP cell was not present in the college. So that's why the server was not handling properly. That's why they told us that you moved, we would use some Google Forms, and it was not that convenient. But for you, it would definitely be James. You get notified about every company that comes, and it's easy process. You just need to click on apply, and you get registered for that company. And automatically, that company, whatever the criteria of that company are, that we need this much CGPA above, we need these qualifications, we need these backlogs only, we can't allow above these backlogs. So they get automatically get checked, and you get whether you are qualified. You get the list that if you are eligible for that company or not. If you are eligible, then the further rounds are taken care of. And if you talk about resume, then resume you don't need to take care till your interview. In whichever company you go, you just have to give their aptitude round. And if you get selected for aptitude round, then when they call you for interview, you have to just mail them your resume. Otherwise, there is no such need that you have to send mail each time to every company. If you go to the interview round, then only they ask you for your resume. Okay.
There is a network issue, Kunal. Could you please repeat that point?
Okay, so I wasn't audible, yeah, what?
Yeah, just last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds, just it was a bit cracking. So could you please?
Okay. So I was talking that the resume part, about the resume part, that you don't need to apply or mail your resume to each and every company that is coming. The company that is calling you for interview through their aptitude after the aptitude rounds and eligibility round, for that companies only you have to mail your, or whatever the media they use to send your resume, you have to send them through that media only. So you don't need to send your resume to each and every company. Only the company that calls you for interview, you have to send it to them.
I think procedure. You have explained the procedure for applying for college placement very well. I think everyone understood that. We'll take their doubts at the end of the session if they have, and we'll
Yes.
then move to our next question. Like we have discussed now about something like about eligibility criteria. Could you please explain us what is the eligibility criteria? Like how many ticket is or what is the CGPA required? Could you please explain us about the eligibility criteria in detail?
Okay. So the eligibility criteria depends for each and every company. It is different for each and every company. If we talk about product-based company, they have a little strict eligibility criteria compared to those service-based companies. So in product-based companies, they don't tolerate any life backlog, and neither the service-based companies tolerate life backlog. This time, due to Corona, the service-based company allowed one life backlog, but otherwise they don't allow a life backlogs. So that in your time there would be no life backlogs criteria. Okay, so when we come to dead backlog criteria, the product-based companies generally don't allow dead backlogs also. Whereas service-based companies, it depends. They definitely allow two. They might allow three dead backlogs, but not more than that. So you have to maintain your consistency in academics very well, so that you even if you have those who are in second year, you have to take out your backlogs or clear your backlogs as soon as possible. Those who are in third year, please try not to make in this sem, the next sem, because it then gets difficult for you to clear, because when the interviews are coming, you have one life backlog and you can't sit for any of the exam. But coming to CGPA, so CGPA is not a criteria for anybody, I would say, because average CGPA that one should have. Average CGPA means your cumulative CGPA of all 5 SEMs or 6 SEMs, whatever the result you have till that date. So for that, the average CGPA above 7 is good. You are eligible for any of the company. In product-based companies, I guess above 8 is very good. They also keep above 7 also, they try. But if you are above 8, then it is very good. And CGPA doesn't matter a lot. It's just the eligibility criteria. The one who has 9.6 as his average pointer is treated equally as one who is having 8.2 pointer, average pointer. So it is of no use till the interview. That is, eligibility criteria is not taken into consideration, not even in interviews that ask you about your CGPA or all that thing. It is in the back end that goes. I will tell you in further that how this CGPA matters and also not matter at the same time. But eligibility criteria in general, you should have 60% above in all the same still now, or the average CGPA should be above 60%. That is fair to be above 7 CGPA average maintained for any company, then you can sit. And for product based, for some product based demand that you should have above 8.2, above 8, it is safe. So above 8 CGPA average is good. You can sit for any of the product based company and any of the service based company.
And thank you, Kunal, for explaining the eligibility criteria. So, like every placement has some rounds. Like we hear that there's a technical round, there's a coding round, and there is a HR round, and a group discussion round. So, could you explain us how many rounds did you go through, and what was the procedure like?
Okay. So generally the product in product-based companies, there are more rounds, because I will tell you one fact that in product-based companies, only 10% of the students get selected. That is, combining all the 10 colleges of Singargarh, total 2,000 students apply for placements. And whenever a product-based company comes, any product-based company doesn't hire more than 10 candidates. 10 candidates is the maximum level of any product-based company. And they tell that they will hire 10, but sometimes they hire 6, 3, or sometimes no one if they don't feel that any of the candidate is good. So over here the competition is high. That's why rounds are many as compared to service based in product based. So one round that is common in all of them is the what we call as technical assessment or aptitude round. So if we talk about product based companies, in product based companies, they don't focus much on aptitude round. They focus much on the technical part. Technical means they will ask questions related to coding. Over here, this is not the coding round, but they will give you code snippets and you have to find out the output of that. They will focus on your core subjects, that is operating system, DBMS, your computer networks, OOPS concepts. These are the things they will ask you in technical round, or they sometimes call this as filtering round also. And in case of service-based companies, the first round is aptitude round, and most of the questions are related to aptitude, that is verbal logic. You have your quantitative logic and logical aptitude. So in this case, you have to more focus on your aptitude, that is how fast you solve. And in the other case, your knowledge matters a lot. After the technical round, after technical, what we call it as a technical eligibility round or aptitude round, after that you have your first interview if you get selected. In some cases you have a call interview also. In call interview they just see your communication skills. They will ask you about, tell me something about our company, just one question, you have to answer it, and they will just check your how fluent you are in English, and then they will decide whether to call this person to interview or not. But this happens to only few companies. Most of the companies it is directly interview round. In the first technical interview round, if I will talk about product based companies or in my company, there were two technical rounds, one managerial round, and finally the HR round. So in the technical rounds, the first technical round treats or tests your basic skills about the OOPS, about the languages you are comfortable with. Then they will ask you about the basic concepts of programming, that is what is object oriented programming, what is class, initially just to make you just to make you adaptive to this process or chill you out. Further as we proceed, then they will start to dig inside of the knowledge you tell them. That is, if they see that this person has a great knowledge in algorithms, then they will start to ask you about the algorithms question. This is not that, okay, I know these things, I'm asking you that, and if you don't know, I will remove you out. No, it is not like that. It is something that what you know, if whatever you know, you tell us, and then we will ask questions on that. So I would say in this round, you have to focus on the subjects you are very much comfortable with. Okay, so in the first technical round, it is very basic. They check your foundation level understanding. They will give you code snippets. In my case, they gave me code snippets and I had to find some outputs of that. They gave me DBMS problems. I need to write the query for that DBMS problems. And then they also give you some aptitude questions. In my case, they gave me. In most of the rounds, they don't. And much they talk about your project. In project, what you did, how was your approach, how was your role in your project. They dig in very in depth about your project just because they want to understand how much was your role. Did you did the project or your team members did the project? They want to identify your work ethics, because through project your work ethics shine out. So they just want to know that which technology or how passionate you were about your project. So they will ask very much about your project, then some basic concepts on OOPS, then some good questions on the subjects you are. You tell that I'm brilliant in these subjects, then they will ask about that subjects, and then in general technologies that are happening around and that things. Then if in the first technical round you are good, they feel that yes, this candidate should go, then you have the second technical round, and this technical round is bit tougher. In this technical round they give you to code. You have to actually code, and they will see how you're coding. So now in the COVID times we had virtual interviews, so we had to share our screen and then we have to code, and they will see our code, they will suggest us modifications, and then we have to update those modifications and all these things. So the codes that they ask us are very not very difficult. They just test your basic understanding and how you build up on your basic understanding. So the questions like can you please swap this string without using any third variable, and questions like reverse the tree, write a code to reverse the tree, some basic that standard problems like merge sort. Write the code for merge sort. Can you explain me merge sort? And they also ask some trick questions that if I have a linked list and I have to print it in a reverse manner, but the only odd positions should get printed, and I have only one pointer to the linked list, that is to head, and I can move in only one direction. So how I can print the odd number of letters or odd number of indexes in the reverse order? So you have to think how to apply recursion in this case, explain him how to apply this, and it's pretty much about how you are talkative with that person. Even if you don't get the code right, you have to be very much talkative with that person. If you explain him the approach you are thinking, the way you are thinking, and he's satisfied with that, then yes, definitely you have a great chance. And if you are silent and trying to do, he will make you talkative, but still you are silent and getting nervous, then he feels that this candidate is not that worth. Or even if you write the code, he thinks it directly. If you they give you a code and you just finish it out, then they think that he knew the code initially. So it is not that he has done something great. So you have to continuously talk with them. Okay, sir, I am over here, I am having a doubt, I don't know how to move forward over there. Then he will give you few suggestions. Can you please write this function or use this variable or use this function? Then you can improve on that and go as it directed. Then you can tell your suggestions to them. This is how the technical interview too has to be. They test your thinking capability. And then there is managerial round. In my case, the managerial round was taken by the CEO of the company. He just asks you about how your nature is, how your managerial skills are. So as I was in general secretary of our department, I had a lot of experience. So I just talked about it. He asked me questions about my experiences during the tenure and everything. So it is general talk, more of a HR talk. He will not ask you more about your about the technical questions, but just generalized questions that how, what are your ambitions and how you can move forward or how you can be beneficial for the firm. He will ask some trick questions that if I don't hire you right now, then what would you feel? Or how would you react to that? And what your friends think about you? So these are the questions that you have to answer very diplomatically. And then the HR round is, it's just a cakewalk. You have to just answer and be very much talkative to that person. He's just testing, not testing, he's just verifying that okay, these all the three guys in the initial interview have suggested this guy, and we are just confirming that this guy is capable for our firm, which they can't deny. Because if they deny you in the HR round, then they are disrespecting the people who have selected you in the past three rounds. So in the HR round, definitely they don't don't remove you from their placement process. If you get the HR round call, you are definitely in that company. They will sometime ask you that do you know the package? Are you okay with that package? You have to be okay with that package, because there is no negotiation in that case. So these are the rounds. And in case of service-based companies, the rounds are, yes, in my case, I was saying that there was no coding round. The coding they tested in the interviews itself. But in most of the companies, in service-based companies, the first is aptitude round. After that, for higher package, they come with two packages. That is, one is the base package 4 and 4.5, and one is the 6 and 6.7. So for moving to the higher package, they will give you some coding round, some coding questions. It will be generally 2 questions for 1 hour. Most of the companies have the same format, and you have to use your coding skills and solve them within the time. They are not that hard. They are very easy for most for the service-based companies. They are definitely easy. For some product-based companies, they might be hard. But it is not like that you have to finish both the questions. You have to be better than the people who are solving with you. So even if you solve one question and they feel that that question was tough, you can get selected for the next round. So, and after the coding round in service-based companies, you have the interview. There is only one interview in service-based companies. That is the one interview has everything. That is, they will ask you about technical round, they will ask you managerial, and they will cover the HR round in itself. And the HR round final, they have just for formality, but the HR round is also communicated in that round itself. So they test you on that interview basis, on only one interview basis, and they are not that hard as compared to product-based companies.
So I think
Hello. Hello, Santosh, are you there?
Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello, who is there?
Maybe he's having some technical issues.
Okay, okay. What is your
One
good
more
name?
question for you. Myself, Kaustubh Patil.
Okay, okay. And don't call me sir. I'm just 1 year older than you.
Yes. But you have our respect. You got the job.
बस यार कुछ नहीं है जॉब सबको लगती है yes for those who are from CS and IT branch you don't need to worry about anything you are 100% going to get placed just the company and the package would matter but else it is 100% guarantee that you are going to place ENTC I might say it's 50-50 about it because all the companies don't hire
Hello.
ENTC yes
Hello. I'm
yes
audible, Kunal. I'm Santosh
yes
here
yes
again.
yes yes
I
okay
have
Santosh.
I had a net issue. Sorry for that. So my question was like, which subjects do they ask most about? Like I have heard that they ask like more DBMS concept, like living computer networks, or like which subjects are most important? Which should be more focus on data structures or algorithms? Like, can you please give an idea about that?
Definitely. See, subjects which matter the most are data structures and OOPS concepts. These are the subjects which are you are going to face them in any of the company's interview, let it be product based or service based. These companies are very much essential. They test your basics. So these are second year subjects, the OOPS concept and all the data structure, advanced data structure, or just simple data structures. And when you come to product based companies, DBMS is also the common subject for both service-based company and product-based company. They ask you about DBMS a lot. They will give you queries. You have to tell them how this query works, or they will give you DBMS problems and you have to write a query for it. So DBMS is a subject which all third year students should do very well because it is asked continuously in all the interviews. Talking about the subjects which would help you in product-based companies, so they are the core subjects. The core subjects are operating system, and computer networks and DBMS. So operating system, I feel most of the people are not comfortable with. They should make that subject comfortable. Third year, I guess it's in third year, second sem. So not even the third year guys who are here might know operating system, but I guess the IT students have their operating system in
Yes,
the third year,
IT
first sem.
students.
Yes, yes. So operating system is very much essential as far as product-based companies are considered. In general, you should have good knowledge about algorithms, data structure, and OOPS for any of the interview. And for product-based, you should have your operating system and your, which I was computer networks. So these are the subjects that will add value to you because most of them are not that convenient in them. Because in product-based companies, they will ask you which subjects you are most familiar or most comfortable in. So if you tell them that I am comfortable in operating system or I'm comfortable in computer networks, then that is like something really special than others. Because most of the people say you can ask me about data structures, OOPS concepts, about coding, programming languages, but these are something that people avoid, and this you can make your strong point. And most of the product based company, as they are creating their product, they have these technical subjects, these core subjects of more value or added value to them. So it is better that you make strong your operating system, your computer networks, and DBMS is very much essential along with all the basic concepts of data structure, OOPS, because they are the the most frequently asked questions and or necessary questions that you can't avoid.
So I think you have explained which subject we should more focus while in our engineering, and
Yes.
so when should we start our preparation? Like our engineering life is so busy writing our assignments, then we have our exams and projects and all. So like when would we start our preparation for placements, particularly for placements? Like when should we start?
ओके सो प्लेसमेंट्स आई वुड से अभी से स्टार्ट करेंगे तो बहुत जल्दी है. अभी से कोई ज़रूरत नहीं. हमने कब स्टार्ट किया था? हमने स्टार्ट किया था जब हमारी पहली कंपनी आई थी. देन वी गॉट शॉक्ड, ओके दिस इज हैपनिंग, वी शुड स्टार्ट आवर प्रिपरेशंस, समथिंग इज हैपनिंग. सो प्लेसमेंट्स हार्ड नहीं है, इसकी प्रिपरेशन बहुत पहले से करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं. येस देयर आर सम फ्यू फैक्टर्स दैट वी रियलाइज दैट वी शुड हैव डन इट very initial in our initial stages. Aptitude, everyone will suggest you that aptitude you should prepare well because aptitude is the round where most of the peoples get filtered out and your chances in product base are tested with your aptitude skills. But I would say that aptitude is like a sweet dish, consume within 2 days. You have to consume it within the 2 days. So even if I give you aptitude questions right now, everyone would be able to solve it because it is not that hard. But the matter is of speed, how fast you can solve it in during the technical or aptitude rounds. So when you are in the flow, that when the placement season is starting and 1 month prior year you are trying to improve your aptitude skills, in that the flow of your pace of solving the questions is really good, and you go with the flow, and it's very easy for you to solve the questions very fast. Because if you start right now, you have to still prepare at that time, because solving the questions is not difficult. Speed is very much difficult, and it is a competitive environment. So the more questions you solve and the more correct questions you solve, you have a chance. So aptitude is something you have to start 1 month prior year, not from right now. And the second thing that I feel you should start from right now is the second. This is for third year, guys, not for second year. Third year, I would say you should uh, try to get international certifications. These are very much important for any company. This would add value to your CV. It is not a necessary condition, but it is very much important when you are compared between the various students. So your international certificates add a lot of value. It is not Coursera certificates, not Udemy certificates, not EDX certificates as well. They are international certificates. I mean that Microsoft certification, Oracle certification, these certifications really add value to your CV, because when the interviewer sees that he has authentication that he is expert in that, because the international certification is an authentication that in that subject you are really good. The Coursera and all that most of the companies don't refer to. So international certification is one. Second is your projects. The more projects you solve, it is very much important. The more projects you create, not solve. The more projects you create, it adds value to your resume. Everyone has one STL project, which is compulsory for all. But if you have a second project or two more projects, let it be very small projects, not a big project. You're just doing a side by side first chota sa, then also it adds a lot of value to you. So now you can start one side project in any language or in any domain you want. Let it be in Android domain, or let it be in machine learning or artificial intelligence, anything you want. But try some small project which you can do side by side along with your main project. That will add value to you. And one more thing is, you have to make your subjects very strong, which I told you, that is the core subjects: operating system, DBMS. These are the three things which you have to do right from now for third year students. That is international certification, more projects, and making strong your core subjects. One thing, that is competitive programming. Yes, you can do it if you are very good at it and you have some good rankings in that CodeShape, HackerRank platforms, then surely that would add a lot of value to you. You can put it on CV. And for second year students, I would say second year students should most important, every interview is based on your second year concepts more than your third year concepts. So second year concepts, that is the OOPS concepts, data structure, and the basic coding that you learn right now, that is how to use linked list, how to create linked lists, different operations on linked lists, trees, graphs, that you will learn in the second sem. It is very much important that you practice a lot and get your high grip on these subjects, or high grip on these fundamental coding problems. I know this is lockdown, and lockdown the practicals are really affected, but you need to code. Third year students can relax on their practicals, because whatever they are doing in their practicals is not related to placements. But second year students, your practicals really matter as far as your placements are considered. So that second year students must focus on.
So I think we have covered many points, like what is the procedure, what is the strategy, what are the important subjects, what are the rounds. So I think now we'll move to our students who is attending this
No,
session.
I would actually, Santosh, I would like to say what is product-based and service-based differences, because
Yes.
most of the
Yes.
second year students don't know it. Okay,
Yes.
and most of you don't have clarity on it. So product-based company is a company who has its own product, who sells its product in the market and gets paid for that product. Whereas service-based companies don't have their product, they just have services. Like you go to a salon, they cut your hair, that is a service. You pay for their service, not for the product. So the thing is, why the product-based companies are preferred as from employees' point of view is they pay more, they have flexible timings, they have more learning, that you can have more learning in product-based company as compared to service-based company, and opportunities. But this is not the case. But people look that service-based companies don't have that. Learning is considered, then I would say that in service-based company, learning is very less comparatively to product-based companies. कैसा होता है कि सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनी में तुम्हें बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स पाइपलाइन रहते हैं कि बिकॉज सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनी वर्क्स इन एवरी सेक्टर, दे प्रोवाइड सर्विसेज टू फाइनेंस सेक्टर, बिजनेस सेक्टर, our health sector, military sector, governance. So they have a lot of projects and they need people to work on that project. So when you get hired, you also don't know in which project you are getting hired. You don't have choice that I want only this domain project. I want this kind of project. Most of these service-based companies have projects which are supportive in nature. What do you mean by supportive projects is the project is already created. You have to just ensure its maintenance and the modifications that we do in that project. You don't have to entirely do the project. 80% of service-based companies have, or the service-based companies have 80% support projects and not the grassroots starting from zero projects. So that's why people try not to go for service-based companies. But as far as monetary matter is considered, I would say there is a lot of money in service-based companies also. They are the bigger than most of the product-based companies in the world. Nature, you will see that the product-based companies are very large. That is the Amazon, Microsoft. These are the largest companies in the world. Apple or Alphabet. These are the largest companies. These are all product-based companies. But Accenture, Cognizant, TCS, these are leading in their own field. They also have a lot of money. TCS valuation is more than $100 billion. So they have a lot of money, but they have a lot of employees also. They're 5 lakh, 6 lakh employees per company. So the package is something that initially they give low, but it is not the case for higher opportunities that you will get less package. For Accenture, I would say there are 13 levels in Accenture, promotion levels. So for the post that Accenture comes in our college is level 12 and level 11 post. Level 12 is something they call as intern, and level 11 is associative software engineer. So the packages are like for level 11 4.5, and for level 12 4.5, and for level 11 it is 6.5. But as you move ahead in the levels, that is promotion cycles, once you reach the team leader post, the team leader has some around 10 lakh, 12 lakh package. And then when you move to level 6, that is, I think from a software engineer's point, is the highest post, because after level 6 your management starts. The MDs, the vice presidents, and level 1 is the, of course, CEO. So in that case, level 6, I would talk that most of you, if you go get placed in service-based companies, after 15 to 20 years, 15 to 18 years, you will be at that level 6 or senior or project manager level. The package I will tell you that a senior project manager has on average is in Accenture, it is from 39 lakhs to 75 lakhs package per annum. So it is a huge package. So it is not that in service-based company you don't get package, you get package, but the starting package or the competition is very high and the learning is very less. So if you get out of the service-based company, you have very less skill sets that the other companies will hire you. Compared to product-based company, initially starting from 0th level, your package is good. It keeps on growing. Your increments are high. It is based on the performance you do, whereas in service-based companies, it depends on a lot of other factors also. But in a product-based company, it completely depends upon your work. If you do great, your package is really going to increase irrespective of your post. But the one advantage of service-based company over product-based is the promotion cycles are faster. That is, one person can get promotion easily in service-based company as compared to product-based company. In product-based company, even you have once one post down than the one who is in service-based company, though his package and his package would be equal, or product-based company may have some more package than he. But if you talk about promotions, then it is very easy to climb the ladder in service-based companies as compared to product-based companies, because here the experienced persons are given the higher post rather than the young ones. This is the Indian psychology behind hiring people. So that's the case. So it is not that service-based companies are very bad. You can get accommodated in service-based companies. Product-based companies, definitely everyone should try.
So I think one of the important factor for our college is during placements is communication skills. How much do communication skills really matter? Like, when matter comes to communication skills, people say that your English should be very good. Like, what are the exact communication skills? Can you please tell us? Like,
Yes. Communication skills do matter. They matter a lot in various companies. See, communication skills are not that if you're not good at that they will reject you. Your communication skills should be convincing. That is satisfactory level. Okay, itna aata hai isko. That means he's good in communication. He can speak, because we are not sales people that we have to talk with our customers on daily basis. We are programmers. We have to just sit and work, and we have to talk with our managers and in the system, whoever stakeholders are there. So at least minimum communication skills, professionalism should be there, because IT field is such that it is a global market. You have to communicate with foreign clients. So you should know English. You can't speak Hindi, or you can't speak any local language or our mother tongue during interviews. In the company, it is different matter. You can speak in any language, but in as far as interviews are concerned, if you speak in Hindi, you are straightly rejected, no matter how good you are in other technical field. But communication skills, I would say, English, most of us struggle. We have two kinds of English: the English that we have in our mind and the English that we speak. So when we speak to ourselves, that English is of our English mind. We speak it very fluently. We can talk with ourselves very well. But when we utter it from our mouth, it gets disrupted, or we have some hold on our language, because we don't get that vocabulary correctly, or we don't get that words that we have to say very correctly, because our subconscious mind is not that trained when we talk about when we talk in English, as we talk in our local language like Marathi. When I'm speaking Marathi, I don't need to think about what I'm speaking, but I mean, when I'm speaking English, I need to think that whether I am speaking in right way. So two things doing simultaneously, that's why your English gets disrupted. But when you give your interviews, the English that you speak in your mind comes out, because the pressure is so much, or the focus level is so much, that you don't think much about how your English is going. You just speak. Like right now, which the space I'm speaking, a slightly better pace was there in during my interviews, and they all praised me. You have to ask about the feedback during the interviews, that how was my communication skill, how was I good at technologies, on what parameters should I improve. They will tell you, okay, you are excellent in coding, in your coding, you are excellent with your communication skills, you need to improve in this level, this can be taken care. And sometimes they also give you clue whether you are selected or not. They mostly don't, but with their indirectly they can say, okay, let's meet in next round. So these are the thing. Communication skill matter, but at very sufficient, or I would say this is the level above which how great you are doesn't matter, but this is the minimum parameter that you should be able to speak. That's it.
Sir, can I ask one question?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
yes. Questions. I would like to give instructions. Before asking a question, please raise your hand so that we don't create a mess here. And when you'll be asked to unmute, please unmute, and you can ask your question. So, I'll suggest that be specific so that Kunal can answer it in a very, easy way, and you could understood it. So you can now start. Please, who want to answer can raise their hands. Who want to ask the questions can raise their. So one person raised the hand. Okay, you can unmute
Yes,
and
Kiran,
ask.
go
You can
ahead.
unmute and ask.
Kunal sir, big fan.
Who
Thank
is
you for
this?
giving me this opportunity for asking question to you.
Arey yaar, I am just 1 year greater than you, and I know you guys. You have worked with me in the current duck. Don't call me sir.
सर तुमचं काम पाहिलं मी कर्नाटक मध्ये. सर तुमचे मॅनेजमेंट स्किल्स खूप चांगले आहेत. सो सर तुम्ही काय म्हणजे तुम्ही कसं एवढं मॅनेज करता, एखादा सल्ला द्याल का काय?
Okay. First, I would like to know who is this.
सर आय एम किरण देवकर.
अच्छा, ओके. हे बघ, काय एवढं अवघड नसतं. मराठी आय थिंक ठीक आहे, हिंदीमध्ये बोलतो मी. ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं है. You have something. I think so. If you have attended one session that we took during our current duck, तेव्हा मी सांगितलं होतं की माणसाचे वर्क एथिक्स कसे असले पाहिजे, किंवा आपण कामाकडे बघतो तेव्हा कसं असलं पाहिजे कामाकडे बघणं. तसं नसतं. आता लोक मला म्हणतात भरपूर की तुम्ही GS असून सुद्धा अकॅडमिक्स कसं मॅनेज केलं. माणूस मॅनेज नाही करू शकत. जेव्हा मी इलेक्शनसाठी उभं होतो तेव्हा मला टीचर्स सुद्धा बोलायचे की कशाला पडतो याच्यात, तू हुशार आहेस, उगाच याच्यात कशाला पडतो, ग्रेड्स कमी होतील. बट तसं नसतं ते. यू कॅन मॅनेज ऑल द थिंग्स, इट इज अपॉन युअर सेल्फ. मॅनेजमेंट एक अशी फील्ड आहे की तिथे लोकांशी कसं तुम्ही वागतात ना, ते खूप इम्पॉर्टंट असतं. म्हणजे मी आता माझ्या क्लासमध्ये कधी बघितलं तर असा एक पण व्यक्ती नसेल की मी त्यासोबत वाईट आहे, किंवा असे आपल्या क्लासमध्ये ग्रुप असतात, बट असा पर्टिक्युलर व्यक्ती असतो जो सगळ्यांसोबत चांगला आहे. त्या इट इज इरिस्पेक्टिव्ह ऑफ ओके या ग्रुपचा आहे तर तो यांच्याशी फाटली आहे त्याची, असं नसतं. तो सगळ्यांशी घुळ मिळतो. बट तेव्हाच असा लीडर असतो की तो दुसऱ्यांना पुढे ठेवतो, तो स्वतः पुढे जात नाही. लीडर इज समथिंग हू गिव्ह चान्स टू अदर्स. सो माझ्या पण करंडकमध्ये कधी बघितलं असेल तर जे पण माझे आर्टचे हेड होते किंवा कॅम्पेनिंगचे हेड होते ते पुढे काम करायचे. मी कधी असं ओके मी आहे सगळं माझं आहे असं कधीच दाखवायचं नाही. कोणालाही कधी पण चान्स द्यायचा. आता तुमच्या केसमध्ये बोलेल, तुम्हाला करंडकच नाही, तुम्हाला एक्सपिरियन्स खूप इम्पॉर्टंट असतात. जेव्हा तुम्ही सगळे हे एक्सपिरियन्सेस एन्जॉय करतील ना तुमच्या थर्ड इयरमध्ये, आता ते तुम्हाला पॉसिबल नाही, पण जे सेकंड इयर मध्ये त्यांच्यासाठी खूप इम्पॉर्टंट आहे करंडक. बिकॉज करंडक आय थिंक एव्हरीवन शुड टेक पार्ट. लोक म्हणतात जे करंडकमध्ये जातील त्यांचं अभ्यासाकडे लक्ष होत नाही व प्लेसमेंटला प्रॉब्लेम होतात. असं काही नाहीये. जी पोरकी ट्रेजरर होती आपली प्राची, तुम्हाला माहिती असेल, तिला 10.45 लागलाय व्हेरिटसमध्ये. ती ऍक्टिव्हली होती अख्ख्या प्रोसेसमध्ये. ते तिचं काय, आणि तिचं काय असं पॉइंटर 9 पॉइंटरच्या पण अबोव नव्हता. तिचा एक 8.5 8.6 दॅट इज गुड पॉइंटर तेवढा मेंटेन ठेवला. बट तिच्यात स्किल्स होते जे तिने डेव्हलप केले होते आपल्या करंडक किंवा अशा वेगळ्या वेगळ्या इव्हेंट्स हँडल करून. So it is very much important that you take part in all Karanduk and management, because these skills are very helpful when it is considered, when the interviewer considers your soft skills. हे गोष्टी कळून येत नाही इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये. म्हणजे हे इंटरव्ह्यूअर विचार करत नसतो की त्याचे हे स्किल्स बघू, पण जेव्हा तुम्ही कम्युनिकेट करतात इंटरव्ह्यूअर सोबत त्यांना लगेच जाणून येतं, एक कनेक्शन जाणून येतो की हा बाकीच्यांपेक्षा हा थोडासा वेगळा आहे किंवा ही थोडीशी वेगळी आहे. तर इट इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट दॅट यू हॅव दॅट मॅनेजमेंट स्किल्स, और you have to be involved in some of the co-curricular activities. It is very important. हे फॅन बिन काही बोलू नका, साधे आहेत आपण सगळे.
Like it was a good question, and you really explained very well, Kunal. So I think we have another question in queue. Abhishek, he wants to ask a question. So Abhishek, you can now you can please unmute and ask the question.
Hello, sir.
Abhishek Deshmukh.
Hello, Kunal, sir. I'm also a very big fan. Sir, I want to ask that, like, for example, I want to crack GATE, and at the same
Okay.
time, I want to do placement also. And I have joined ACE Academy. So how do you manage both, sir? Can you please guide us?
Okay, so this is Abhishek Deshmukh. He's a fourth year guy. He's also placed, and he's placed. He is one of the first guys who got placed from our batch. Okay, so I would like that he would also share his experience about the company, because the company here is he's placed. He's Zorient International. Okay, so okay, answering your question, I feel consistency is very much important when you are going for management degree. I can tell you, see, show you something. If you want to enlarge my screen, you can enlarge. This is what I do. The papers that you are seeing behind me, these all papers, these are my GATE preparation. So the more consistent you are about your studies, it helps you to manage everything, every task. आणि फालतू प्रश्न विचारू नको अभिषेक.
Like so I think
Sir, no, sir. Not faltu, sir. Genuine question, sir.
like so
Okay, Abhishek.
we'll move to some questions, and if anyone else has any questions related to placements or anything else, their gate preparation, they can ask Mr. Kunal, so he can answer your question. Anyone please if they have any question, they can freely ask Kunal. Please raise hand for asking. Akash, I think Akash has a question. Akash, you can unmute and ask.
Hello, Kunal sir. Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes.
Sir,
Okay.
big fan of yours, sir. I seen your management skills in Karnataka, sir. They were awesome. And the points you made about our college condition, then tier one, tier two colleges, it was a good point. So I have a question. Suppose a student gets, let's say, many times what happens is we clear multiple rounds and get rejected. So we start to doubt ourselves in these situations. My question to you is that how can one manage his or mental stability and not get depressed?
See, this is very depressing situation. I have also gone through it. When your friends get placed and you are just sitting and watching them getting placed, it is very hard. वो डायलॉग है ना अपना 3 Idiots का, कि जब हम फेल होते तो बुरा लगता है लेकिन दोस्त फर्स्ट आ जाए तो और बुरा लगता है. That happens. So when your close ones get placed and they get placed in some good positions and you are yet to happen with that, this psychology happens. 80% of fourth year students goes through depression during that time. For whenever the result comes और मुझे क्यों reject कर दिया, मैंने तो सब अच्छा किया था. It mostly depends in every company. There is 50% luck factor. It is not luck that okay akkad bakkad kar rahe wo कि okay this student is great, this student is not right. You can give your best, but how the interviewer perceives you, it is not in your hands. So in that case, even you will feel that okay this student or this my friend is some I am more intelligent than him or I was more capable than him, but still he got selected. So you have to not think like that. You have to just focus on your work. You will definitely get some good opportunities. I have seen few students who have great 9-pointer above average score, but still they had missed almost 7 to 8 interviews. They were not not lucky enough to get. They used to crack the interviews in the first level, go to the final round, and then get rejected at that round. But at that time, motivating, having your friends together, keep on motivating them is very much important. These third year and second year students will not understand. When you will go in fourth year, you will definitely understand what is depression. And the guy who was talking right now, his name is Abhijit Shendge. He is not Akash. This guy has given 3 interviews, and in all the 3 interviews, he has been selected. He has 3 placement offers, and his swag is like that he goes to final round and then says, "I don't want to join your company." Okay, so this is someone that you should have called instead of me. He has a great experience of interviews.
Like we have a number. Some more sessions will surely call Akash to guide our students.
He's not
So I
Akash. He's
think
Abhijit Shendge.
yeah, Abhijit will surely call him. Like I had a question. They like DM'd me that how many companies we can apply at a time. Like if we placed into one company, is there a restriction for that, or we can apply for one or more companies? Like
See, our college believes, and most of the college believes in one student, one opportunity. So once you get placed, they don't give you second chance. For some companies, that is, if you are getting placed for, see, the companies generally, all the product-based companies or the higher package companies come during August. In general scenario, not in the COVID scenario. In generally, all the product-based companies finish their placement activity in August itself. In September, all the mass companies, mass recruiters, service-based companies start coming. They finish their activity till 15th September or half mid-September, and after that the placement process continues, but with a slow pace. But when we consider our COVID situation right now, the companies were coming 2-3 weeks gap after a 2-3 weeks gap. So one company has came, then after 2-3 weeks, another company has came. So what happens is the order of the company also changed. That is, first higher package, the college designs like this, that first the higher package companies, then the lower package companies. So once we are getting placed in higher package, they should not get regretted that मैं select हो गया, उसके बाद बड़ी company आ गई. So पहले बड़ी companies, फिर छोटे companies. But this time the order was mismatched. Every company came in any order. So बहुत से लोग capable होके एक 4.5 के lakhs के पैकेज में रह गए, which is also a good package, not a bad package. But 4.5 के बाद बहुत से companies 8 lakhs के पैकेज, 7 lakh के पैकेज, 6 lakh के पैकेज के लिए आए, and then they were feel that we were not that lucky or we were not treated fair. So इस बार उन्होंने अलाउ किया कि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स को सेकेंड चांस देना, बट ओनली दोज हु आर नॉट प्लेस्ड इन प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड और हायर पैकेज, ओनली दोज स्टूडेंट्स कैन अप्लाई फॉर फ्यू कंपनीज. Rest, in your case, I would definitely say if you are getting placed in one company, you will not get chance to apply for any other company. You are then removed from the placement activities. So one student, one opportunity. It is the policy which our college follows.
Any more questions they can ask Mr. Kunal? He's ready to answer. See, don't feel shy. You have to open up. You can ask. Like Abhijit again, he wants to ask some question. Like I think he can. He can ask
Kunal,
because
it is a genuine question, Kunal.
Okay.
See, what happens in third year is we couldn't decide that what should I give priority. Means extracurricular activities such as current for my study. See, third year subjects are very much important for placement. So how do you manage to go through it? Like you manage to get placement in very good company, and you were the general secretary of department. And as far as I know, you are the fittest person in our department. So how do you manage all these things?
Okay, so I
Kunal
feel
answered it.
that you should first give chance to all the third year and second year students, because these fourth year students are going to talk nonsense. Okay, they are here to create mess. But I think that there are some genuine. I saw that one Muskan has to raised her hand and some other raised her hand.
Yes,
So you
sir.
can give them chance. Yes.
So Muskan,
Hello,
now you
sir.
can ask the question. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, hello, myself Muskan. I am a third year student. I am from ENTC department.
Okay.
So, sir, my question is that sometimes no matter how good you are, sometimes no matter how great your efforts are, shit happens. Like
Yes.
जो गलत होना है वो होता ही है, फैक्टर होता है, लक फैक्टर होता है, कभी कभी ये लाइफ है. So, sir, you were talking about the backlogs criteria, right?
Yes.
So, the companies allow only 2 to 3 backlogs, right?
Yes.
And sir, what if you have more than that?
Now you're in third year, you have one more chance to clear them. But in general, अगर दो तीन से ज़्यादा बैकलॉग होंगे तो not even service-based companies, give you chance for the placement. They have their fixed criterias. But see, the process is like this, that service based company अगस्त में तो आती है, अगस्त सितंबर में प्लेसमेंट ड्राइव होता है, लेकिन प्लेसमेंट ड्राइव दिसंबर जैन में भी होता है. प्लेसमेंट ड्राइव इज कंप्लीट थ्रू आउट ईयर प्रोसेस. सो अगर तुम अगस्त और सितंबर के स्लॉट्स में नहीं आ रहे उनके क्राइटेरियाज में, देन यू कैन रिमूव योर बैकलॉग. यू हैव सब्सटेंशियल अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम टू रिमूव योर बैकलॉग्स, एंड आफ्टर दैट ड्यूरिंग द December or January sessions, you can really apply for the company through campus. But it is not that only campus placements are something that you can go for. If you have backlogs and you were not that fast to cover all the backlogs, or you were not that you didn't get that environment that you would easily crack
Sir,
that.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I am talking about first year backlogs. Like you come here, there's a new city,
Yes.
you have some health issues, some things don't work. So in that case,
See,
Dead backlog. She's
backlogs.
asking about dead backlogs.
yes,
Okay,
sir, dead backlogs.
I'm talking about dead backlogs. Okay, dead backlogs. Okay, in that case, I would say few companies are there like Infosys and I would say TCS also. Over there, dead backlogs have zero criteria. That means you can have as many dead backlogs as you want, but don't no live backlogs. Maximum only you can have one backlog, that too also in COVID cases. But dead backlogs, some companies don't have. Accenture have dead backlogs criteria also. Cognizant also have dead backlogs criteria, and product based companies so पूछो ही मत, उनको तो कुछ नहीं चाहिए. So TCS is there, Infosys is there, which you can try for dead backlogs if you have more than 3 to 4 dead backlogs, I would say.
Thank
और
you, sir.
ऑफ बट ऑफ कैंपस में यू हैव इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी. ऑफ कैंपस में वो देखते नहीं है कि कितने डेड बैकलॉग्स है. ऑफ कैंपस में सेम पैकेज को सेम कंपनीज आते हैं, उनके ड्राइव्स रहते हैं, वो आप सर्च कर सकते हो, वेरियस प्लेटफॉर्म्स होते हैं, तो उधर आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो, जा सकते हो.
Like sir, in the third year we can also give GATE. So can we attach our GATE scorecard in the resume?
Yes, of course. GATE is very important, and a GATE score is really considered very, if you have a great GATE score, the company treats that you are very good in your studies or very good in your concepts. So if you have good GATE score, then it is really a boon for you.
But sir, because of the criteria, the student will get rejected. So वो GATE
That's fact.
scorecard का कहाँ पे use हो जाएगा? वो तो end में आएगा ना.
यस यस डेफिनेटली, मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना कि डेड बैकलॉग्स अगर 3-4 से ज्यादा होंगे देन आवर कॉलेज डोंट अलाउ, बिकॉज आवर कॉलेज हैज टू मेंटेन सम क्राइटेरियाज, नहीं तो आएंगे नहीं तो वो झील कॉलेज को भी सब कंपनीज आ जाते हैं ना, लेकिन झील कॉलेज को बहुत सारे लोग बैकलॉग्स में रहते तो उधर ज्यादा कंपनीज जाते नहीं, कॉलेज को एक स्टैंडर्ड मेंटेन रखना होता है, इसलिए दे डोंट अलो मोर देन 2 और मोर देन 3 डेड बैकलॉग्स. So that is the case, that is the fact, you can't change it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
I think Muskan, your question is answered. So I think Yogiraj has a question. Yogiraj, you can ask. Yogiraj, you can ask that question.
Hi, I am a student of third year, and I had same question about backlogs.
Okay.
So I had backlog in first year, first semester of engineering graphics. Now, considering
Okay.
that it is a very non-technical subject, is there
Okay.
any possibility that the companies will consider me, like,
You
do
have
they
only
consider
one.
the number?
You have only one backlog, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have cleared it or it is still
Yeah,
there?
it was cleared in first year only.
So it will not matter. You have only one dead backlog. You can sit for any service-based company or sometimes product-based company also. But you that will not create any problem for you in any Accenture, Cognizant, TCS, Infosys. No one will stop you. It is okay.
Thank you.
Completely okay. And they, which subject you are having backlog doesn't matter. It's just a count.
Okay. Thank you.
Kunal,
Okay.
could you please like we had a survey and there we had a question like about related to internship. Could you please comment on internship, like how internship is very important? Do our college placements require internship? Could you please comment on that?
Okay, so this is the problem with second year. Most of the second years are very much enthusiastic that we should have internship. Let me tell you, internship is of no use as far as campus placements are considered. I know friends who have really good internship. They have internship in Persistent or some good tech companies, but during placement the company doesn't see it. Even if you have in your resume that I have internship in this company, there is no guarantee that you are preferred from others, because from my experience I would say I have seen some people who had great internships and the people who had zero internship, but the people who have zero internship were preferred than the one who is having 2-3 internships. So internship doesn't matter a lot. Yes, when there is conflict situation that I want to choose between this guy and this guy, both the interviewers are arguing that I also like this guy, he was saying that this guy is better, then to judge they will see those criteria. Okay, he's having an internship, because most of the internships are fake internships. Say you don't go for internships for based on your qualifications or the talent you have. In Sinhagad College of Engineering, through contacts you go to some internships, do some internships. And that internshala, I will tell you, I was college ambassador for internshala. It is nothing but fake. You don't get internships in internshala. So don't try to try in that direction of getting internship. Instead, focus on your subjects, focus on your projects, focus on getting international certifications rather than investing time in your what we call it as क्या बोल रहे थे आपको? What are we talking about?
Internship.
Internships. It just vanished. Okay. Internship. So rather than internship, you should focus on online certifications. That would add more value than internships.
So I think we had one more question, like online certificates. Are certificates really important? Like Udemy and Coursera, like those are affordable. So like many people do.
Definitely. See, Coursera and Udemy courses, most of the companies don't consider, because almost every student has done some or the other course on Coursera and Udemy, and those are the platforms which companies also use to train their own employees. But those are not international standards. That a particular person if he is having Coursera certificate, it doesn't guarantees that he's expert in that subject. But if he's having an international certification, that Microsoft, like Oracle, they are Adobe, they have some international certifications. You can apply for them, and if you have that certification, that is of value, that is considered. Whereas other certifications, you can just discuss them in interviews, but they don't much add to your value. So you can do, Coursera is very good platform, Udemy is very good platform for learning. For learning, you definitely should use those platforms. But when it goes for certification, the certification who has value with respect to placements, then don't treat these certifications as they are going to help you in during placements. The certifications that are renowned, internationally sanctioned, those certifications would definitely help you. Otherwise, Coursera and Udemy you just should use for your own knowledge or skills, to develop your skills.
We had one more question, like which company, product or service based, come to our college? Like, can you name out some companies which come to our college, product or service based, both?
Okay. So product-based company which everyone should target is Veritas 10.45 lakhs package. It comes for only comp and IT branch. It's a testing role, quality assurance role, but our software industry in India has a large market for testers also. We see it's testers, so it's okay job, but it's not like that. It is automated testing. You have a great scope further. Why people don't try to go in testing is that once they get into testing, it is very much difficult for them to switch the role to software engineer. So they avoid going to testing, but 10.45 lakhs package is really a high package. The one who is having 4.5 would need more 5 years to reach to 10.45 lakhs package. Till then you will reach 20 lakhs package. So Veritas is a good option. It is an international company, American company. Then you have EQ Technology and SmartBricks. These are some Indian startups which come to our college almost every year. This year they didn't came because of COVID situations. They might not be comfortable with recruiting people, but they hire somewhere around 8.5 to 9 lakhs package. Then you have various product-based companies which are startups. You can name Collegia into it. But Collegia is someone who is a daughter company of Zensoft, which is a big company in Silicon Valley. So Collegia, Instagen, you have Continuum, then you have some like Persistent. Persistent is a semi-product based company. They are a company. It is a company which makes product for others. So they don't make their own product, but they help others to make their product. So Persistent, your Continuum, your Collegia, Instagen, these are the companies, the mid package level companies that will give you. There is one more, Abzuba. They will give you 6 lakh to 8 lakhs package between them. It varies. And then they are service-based companies. Now, service-based companies nowadays they are coming with two packages, two levels. One is your 4.5 base package, and then higher package which is 6.5, 6.7. It matters with companies. So now over here, let me tell you, in service-based companies also, in our department, computer SCOE department, 40 to 45 students got selected in Accenture, but only 3 people got the higher package, that is above 6.5. So it is difficult over there also to achieve higher package. In product-based company, 2000 students apply. Then in the eligibility criteria itself, they take only 200 students or 300 students. And those 300 students, when there is aptitude round, after aptitude round, they just select 100 or 120 students. After that, there is after first interview round, they go to half of it, that is 60, then 30 in the technical round 2. Then in managing round, they remove again 6 of them. And then finally in the HR round, 7 people go. So the probability is very less. It is not on your capability alone, it is on your luck also. So the service-based companies that come with two packages, I would say to name, it is Accenture 4.5, 6.7, then it is 6.5, and then it is Cognizant, which comes for 4 and 6.7. It is Capgemini, which comes for 3.6, 3.8 and 6.7. And even Persistent comes for 3 packages, that is 4.5, 6.5 and 8.5. 8.5 they don't give to anybody. 6.5 very rarely. The person who was Abhijit Shendke now talking, he got 6.5 package in Persistent. So it is like that above 6, the companies which come with 2 levels, over there also to achieve higher package is hard. So if you don't get higher package, don't get disappointed, because in 1 or 2 year span you will definitely earn more than that package. You may earn 7 lakh, 8 lakh package, because IT industry is very booming industry. You get opportunities very easily. If you are switching company, the other company hires you for 60% more salary. That is what you are having, 60% more than that they are giving you. So you have very high ratio over there. Yes.
I think Kiran has a question. So Kiran, you can ask. Then we'll wrap our session because we have a following session. So session followed by it. So Kiran, you can ask your question, please.
After
Sir,
Kiran's question, I would like to add something. Okay.
Yes,
Kiran,
yes,
okay.
sure.
Yes, Kiran, okay.
सर इंटरव्ह्यूवर गिटहब अकाउंट विषयी काय बोलतो का?
हा बोल ना.
ते सर ते गिटहब अकाउंट चेक करतो का इंटरव्ह्यूवर, म्हणतो का काय महत्वाचं आहे का नाही?
जर तू मेन्शन केलं की माझा गिटअपवर मी हे केलंय, माझं कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन एवढं आहे, ते तुझ्या समोर तर चेक नाही करणार, बट तुझ्या इंटरव्ह्यू नंतर मे बी करू शकतात की ओके हा पोरगा मला चांगला वाटला, जस्ट आय वॉन्ट टू ऑथेंटिकेट की यांनी खरंच केलंय का, देन दे विल चेक. बट असं तू मेन्शन केलंय आणि ते तुझा रिझ्युमी बघून चेक करतील असं होत नाही कधी. तुला सांगायला लागेल इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये आणि त्याच्या मर्जीवर आहे तो, त्याला जर तू आवडलाय तर तो नक्की चेक करेल, नाहीतर अवॉइड करेल.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So I think Syed Asghar Ali has a question. So Syed Asghar Ali,
Yes,
you can
yes.
ask.
Actually, yeah, I'm from third year.
Yes.
And what is the best time to do projects, and what should be the approach towards it?
Now is the best time to do. Lockdown, you can do. See, SDL project is very much important. At our time, we had SDL competition. अगर वो कंपटीशन नहीं होती तो हम लोग एकदम इजीली कुछ भी प्रोजेक्ट बना देते, लेकिन कंपटीशन की वजह से मोस्ट ऑफ द लोगों ने एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स लिए कि एक अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट होना चाहिए, एक सब में हमें ट्रॉफी जीतनी है, हमें टॉप 3 में आना है. सो योर प्रोजेक्ट क्वालिटी शुड सी एज फार योर इंटरव्यू इज कंसिडर्ड, योर प्रोजेक्ट में तुमने कितनी अच्छी टेक्नोलॉजी यूज की, दैट डजंट मैटर. It matters that how many projects you did and how much you were involved in that project. But from learning point of view, you should definitely get those projects or try those projects in which you have better learning, some extra knowledge. You need to learn from different sources. It is not that what you have taught, you have just applied that. Something challenging. So I would say for third year, we have to use Python and we have to do Python based projects only. In other colleges, you have Android. So most of us go for machine learning and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence no one uses, just we use analytics and machine learning. So for now, this is your first project. Definitely you have to work on this machine learning and some machine learning algorithms like linear regression, starting from basic linear regression, polynomial regression. Then you can move one step ahead, that is SVM, artificial neural networks, different algorithms. But to start with, you should do some basics machine learning algorithms, apply them. If you are very much comfortable, then go to one level further of machine learning algorithms, then apply them. This is the strategy, this is the general strategy which you should apply. And the side projects that you are doing for your placements, if they are not using that great technology, it is okay. You have to just increase your number of doing projects and your experience. I would recommend if you do it in Android, it would be really good, because they will see that okay, he has some web, the Python, he has done one project in Python and another project in Android. So he has a variety of skills.
So it is necessary to learn web development like Android development. Is it necessary?
Can you please repeat?
Is it necessary to learn like skills like web development and Android development? Is it necessary?
It is nothing is necessary. Those who have not done their project meticulously, they also placed, but it adds your value. If you are doing it, it definitely adds your value. And you also give it a self-confidence that I'm better than this. You perform better in your interviews. You have some extra things to say about yourself, and they also, appreciate your extra efforts.
Okay. Thank you again.
Okay.
I think partly Anuj has a question, and this will be our last question. Then Kunal will give something, some point from his side. So partly Anuj, you can ask the question.
भैया कौन सी सर्विस बेस्ड और प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी ENTC स्टूडेंट्स को अलाउ करती है?
टॉकिंग अबाउट प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड में एक जियो आई थी अभी, जियो प्लेटफॉर्म्स. तो जियो प्लेटफॉर्म्स ENTC को अलाउ करती है. वो पहली कंपनी थी जियो प्लेटफॉर्म्स प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड के रेंज में जिसने अलाउ किया था. उसके बाद जितने भी अपना कॉग्निजेंट छोड़ के जितने भी सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनीज है, एक्सेंचर हो गया, इन्फोसिस हो गया, कैपजेमिनी को भी छोड़ के TCS हो गया, ये सब कंपनीज अपने ENTC को अलाउ करती है. और ENTC के खुद के कंपनीज भी आते हैं. ऐसा नहीं, अभी तुम्हारा जो कोर कंपनीज रहते हैं वो थोड़ा सा कम आते हैं. मतलब हमारे कॉलेज इतना रिनाउंड नहीं है कि ENTC और MEC के लिए भी कंपनीज आती है, लेकिन ENTC के लिए आते हैं 4-5 कंपनीज तो आपके लिए पर्टिकुलर डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर कोर सब्जेक्ट आते हैं, और कंप्यूटर साइंस योर कोर सब्जेक्ट नहीं है, वो आपका कोर ब्रांच नहीं है, तो आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो अपना एक्सेंचर को कर सकते हो, अपना यू हैव Infosys, you have TCS. These are the companies you can apply for, and there are small startups also which also allow your ENTC people. But for ENTC, I would recommend please don't divert from your core subject. You will get your company not now, then in further time. But compromising that, okay यार चले जाते हैं, पैसे मिल रहा है या फिर जॉब मिल रही है, जॉब is more important, then you can go. But if you have really passionate about your own subject, then you should wait. You should maybe go for higher studies, that you will go for get higher opportunities and more companies asking for you related to your core branch. But as a settle mat ho jao idhar, because these companies are not something that you should always choose, because इधर बहुत काम monotonous होता है, और तुमने जो पढ़ा नहीं है वो पढ़ना फिर वो करना is something like why you are doing it. इससे अच्छा तो कुछ अलग कर ले. तुम मास्टर्स पढ़ोगे तो PSUs में तुमको बहुत कंप्यूटर साइंस का एक बैकलॉग है, उनको PSUs ज्यादा नहीं है. PSUs are public sector units. Once you give GATE, after that you have a lot of opportunities of getting placed, directly placed, depending upon your GATE score in PSUs. So GATE की तैयारी करो. अगर GATE में अच्छा आपका रैंक आता है, अच्छे मार्क्स आते हैं, then you will definitely get placed in good PSUs, because ENTC has ample of PSUs as compared to CS, which has negligible PSUs.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, like now we would wrap up our session. So Kunal, what would you give some tips and tricks to our students so that we can crack the placement?
नहीं देखो, प्लेसमेंट के बारे में नहीं बोल रहा मैं अभी मैं बोल रहा हूँ इन जनरल कि यू शुड बी एम्बिशियस इनफ. ओके, अभी देखो जो सेकेंड ईयर थर्ड ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स हैं ना, उनको ज्यादा ऑप्शंस के बारे में पता नहीं कि वो कौन से ऑप्शंस रहते हैं आफ्टर बीटेक, बिकॉज एवरीबडी नो दैट बीटेक के बाद प्लेसमेंट्स होते हैं, प्लेसमेंट्स के बाद तुम जॉब करोगे, लेकिन इट इज नॉट द थिंग. लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर, और एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द फोर्थ ईयर स्टूडेंट्स रियलाइज इट वेरी लेट. जब वो फोर्थ ईयर में आते हैं, प्लेसमेंट्स देखते हैं, तब रियलाइज करते हैं अरे इतना सब कुछ था, हमने पहले किया होता. सो फॉर थर्ड ईयर एंड सेकेंड ईयर स्टूडेंट्स आई वुड से दैट यू शुड फोकस on knowing different fields or different streams after your BTech. That is, you should identify whether you have a good enthu in your own technical field. तुम्हारे सब्जेक्ट्स में जो भी तुम पढ़ रहे हो इंजीनियरिंग में, उसमें तुम्हें आनंद आ रहा है, तुम्हें टेक्निकल चीज़ें लर्न करना बहुत पसंद है, तुम कोड कर सकते हो अगर रिलेटेड टू कंप्यूटर साइंस, तुम कोडिंग में मज़ा आता है, तुम 8-9 घंटे कंप्यूटर सामने बैठ सकते हो, तुम्हें एंजॉय करना है, वो तुम्हारे लिए वो अच्छा है, कंफर्टेबल है, then you can go for masters. You should think for masters in MTech or try for MS in GATE, because what happens is that मैं आपको एक स्टोरी बताता हूँ. मेरा एक फ्रेंड है मोहित, उसका ब्रदर की स्टोरी ये है. then he was in BTech final year, okay, like our college only, not some great college. तो उसको TCS एक्सिलियर नाम की कंपनी थी, टाटा एक्सिलियर, उसमें लग गया. उसने बाइक भी ले ली, ओके, खुशी में अब सब प्लेसमेंट्स वगैरह हो गए. Then he got a back in his final year. So final year में back लगा मतलब तुम्हारी job गई. You have to maintain you don't have you're not allowed to do back in your final year. So final year में उसको back लगा, उसकी job चली गई. Then he was very upset. वो गया बाहर ऑफ कैंपस जॉब्स ढूंढने लगा. फिर ऑफ कैंपस में ढूंढते समय उसको लगा कि यार इट इज गेटिंग वेरी डिफिकल्ट, एंड व्हाटएवर कंपनी आई एम गेटिंग इट इज नॉट अ गुड कंपनी. इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट आई विल try attempt for some GATE, okay, or some competitive exam. So he chose GATE. He gave GATE for the first time. उसने कॉलेज के बाद मतलब 1 साल गैप लिया, GATE की प्रिपरेशन की, GATE दिया, क्वालिफाई नहीं हो पाया. Means it was his 3,000-4,000 rank, and in GATE you need AIR 300, under AIR 300 to get into IITs, NITs. So उस टाइम उसका हुआ नहीं. So he decided again, second time I will give my GATE. So at that time what happened, he was doing job. अभी 1 साल तो बर्बाद किया, अभी और 1 साल ऐसा कैसे जा सकता है, तो उसने जॉब लिया. वो साधारण सा जॉब था, 2 lakhs पर annum, मतलब उसको महीने का 10-12 हज़ार रुपए मिल रहा होगा. He struggled a lot during those times. He stayed in Mumbai at that time for coaching, so he didn't had money to pay his rent also. सो उसने स्ट्रगल कर करके अपनी पढ़ाई की, फिर सेकेंड टाइम जब गेट दिया उसका रैंक अच्छा है, इट वाज बिटवीन 500 एंड 800, पर उससे अच्छा एक ट्रिपल आईटी हैदराबाद करके कॉलेज है, कैंपस है, सबने सुना होगा उसके बारे में. इट इज एज गुड एज एनी IIT इफ यू कंसिडर कंप्यूटर साइंस, IT एंड ENTC. सो उसमें वो टॉप 10 में आया इंडिया में. सो ही गॉट डायरेक्ट एडमिशन इन देयर. उसका एवरेज पैकेज पता है क्या आपको? IIT हैदराबाद, ट्रिपल आईटी हैदराबाद का एवरेज पैकेज, इट इज बिटवीन 20 to 22 lakhs per annum. This is the average package, which our average package is 4 to 4.5. The average package is 20 to 25 lakhs. So recently, 4 days prior from today, he got placed. I saw Mohit's status. It was written, "Congratulations, brother. #placed @ Microsoft." He got placed in Microsoft, and can you believe the package? It was 46 lakhs per annum. 46. So the Tata Auxilior that offered him at that time 4.5 lakhs package, and now the 46 lakhs package, you decide that if he had chosen that, he was at that level, after 10 years or after 15 years also, he would not reach to 46 lakh. Even after 20 years, he would not reach to 46 lakhs package. So such masters, if your master's degree or such, there are various streams also, they really make a big difference in your career. Because when you start from 4.5, 5, 6, even 8 also, it is the same kind of post, but different companies offer different package. So you start from this kind of post and you have to climb the ladder. Your career gets stacked at some time, but you should definitely try. If you don't try, just without trying or without exploring different options, you are just going for placements, it is not that good. You should really try at least one attempt for any of the masters. So now people who have more interest in non-technical, that is, यार मुझको टेक्निकल चीज़ें पसंद है, लेकिन मेरे इंजीनियरिंग में मुझे ऐसा नहीं कि यार मुझे ये भी सीखना है, वो भी सीखना है, मुझे बहुत कोडिंग करनी है, मैं वो काइंड का लड़का नहीं हूँ कि जिसको who can sit in front of computer for 8 hours. मुझे लोगों से बात करना, मैनेजमेंट पसंद है. Then he should surely try for CAT. He can give CAT. CAT is opportunity for getting into IIMs. Okay, उधर का भी एवरेज पैकेज 15 to 20 से भी अब होता है. सो कैसा है, MBA लोग देखते हैं कि यार MBA नहीं करना चाहिए, हम इंजीनियर्स हैं, हम कैसे MBA करें, लेकिन MBA एंड इंजीनियरिंग इज अ ग्रेट कॉम्बिनेशन. इफ यू हैव इंजीनियरिंग डिग्री along with your MBA, companies want such managers who have technical background. If you have some technical background, then you have some you can give a greater value to that company. That's why MBA and your BE engineering degree adds a lot of value. So if you like non-technical, then definitely you should go for CAT. There are ample of opportunities over there, and all the HRs that we talk, they are MBAs, and all the product managers are MBAs. So that is something that you all should try. And one more thing is very general, I'm talking very philosophical, I would say, that we are all engineers. I don't know how many of you are here by choice. Okay, engineers by choice. हमारे देश में in whichever country, see, we have chosen capitalism, not communism. So capitalism में देश आगे तभी बढ़ता है जब उसके businesses आगे बढ़ते हैं. No actor, no cricketer, no politician can rise the country or progress the country if the businesses are not good. The businesses matter of the company. भारत में engineers की कमी नहीं है. Doctors, yes, doctors we need, but we are I don't think any one of us will go for doctorate, but we don't need engineers, we don't need actors, we don't need, you know, our cricketers, because there are ample of people who are working there. What we need are businesses. Businesses are very less in our country. I would not say that it is the same condition as it was in 1980s or 2000. Now the companies are a lot. If you see our stock market, only there are 5 companies who rule the entire stock market in India. The Tatas, the Birlas, and what we call the Adanis. These are the companies who really Reliance make the changes in India, or are responsible for changes in India. So our point of view as youngsters should always be job. अगर तुम्हारा प्रोफेशन चूज कर रहे हो, ओके आई वांट टू डू दिस बिकॉज आई लाइक दिस, तुम स्वार्थी बन रहे हो. डू व्हाट इज नीडेड फॉर द सोसाइटी. तुम जिस पे फील्ड में तुम्हें इंटरेस्ट है ना, उस फील्ड में तुमको एंटरप्रेन्योर माइंड चाहिए. क्योंकि आई लव दिस पर्टिकुलर स्पीड, आई एम गुड इन सिंगिंग, मुझे सिंगिंग में कुछ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप करनी है. मुझे अभी टेक्नोलॉजी में इंटरेस्ट है, तो टेक्नोलॉजी में भी जॉब इज समथिंग दैट आई वुड डू फॉर 10 years to gain some experience. After that एक entrepreneur मोड लेना है मेरे को. So that is very much important that you should, as this generation, it is in the 21st century, it is very much important that we as technologists go for entrepreneurship. Because अगर तुम देखोगे 1980s की बात, टॉप 10 जो अपने थे बिलियनियर्स और टॉप 10 रिचेस्ट पीपल इन द वर्ल्ड, वो सब बिलोंग करते थे एक तो पेट्रोलियम इंडस्ट्री, ऑयल इंडस्ट्री, उसके बाद केमिकल इंडस्ट्री, रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री. बट अब देखो तुम 21st सेंचुरी में ऑल द टॉप 10 और टॉप 20, आई कुड से ऑल द leaders of the country of the world, the great companies or the richest people in the world are Amazon founders, Apple founders, Alphabet, Google founders, Oracle founders. So all these are technology companies. So technology is something that is booming today at this stage, and we as technologists should adapt this and make a country proud, because that's what country needs. We don't need engineers, because there are ample of them. Your 4.5 lakhs job or your 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs job doesn't matter to company. You can just give more share of your tax, but the tax is something you are just paying for the resources you use. You don't do a favor to the country. For country, you should definitely have an entrepreneur mind, and you should always think in that direction. The reason behind my MTech is also in entrepreneurship, that I know that, and I agree that in B, I don't have that knowledge that I could create something. So I need some master's degree that I could really rely on from some good university, that I could adapt that skills, that I would be able to launch something great, do something great for the nation. And it is not necessary that masters only help you. You are when you get placed in companies, the experience you get, it is very much important. And when you convert that experience into entrepreneurship, it is very much essential. I was a part of our eCell, Singapore eCell, as one of the members of it. It got closed in just, I guess, 6 months. Okay, because there is no interest in our college about entrepreneurship. No one wants to come further and talk about entrepreneurship. So I just wanted to inculcate some thought in you that you should be thinking about ambitiousness. Okay. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
you
it was
go. I know
very
you're.
good.
Yes, yes, yes.
It was very good, Kunal. Like you said your opinion on entrepreneurship, and like we should be really. I too agree that point that we should be ambitious, not looking for the job or salary. Like it is very
Definitely.
necessary.
See, no. All of you should go for job. Okay, that is
Yes.
not wrong thing, but it should not be your long-term goal that I am, once I am finished with my job, I'm done. It's not the
Yes.
case. You should be always ambitious.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Kunal. And I think that many of the doubts which our students had related to placements or for GATE exams or something else, they have cleared them. And we will have one more session some other day related to something else. And sure, we'll learn many more things from you.
Yes,
And
I'll
thank you.
definitely call Prachi. Okay, she will agree. The one who got 10.45.
Yes, sure. Another day we'll sure have that. And now actually we have planned and we are doing like some sessions related to DSA. And today we have a session, and like we'll continue that. So before continuing, thank you, Kunal, for giving your valuable time and sharing your knowledge with us. It will be very helpful for our students. Thank you so much from of whole community. On behalf of whole community, I would thank you, Kunal. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. It was nice talking with you all, guys. Have fun.
Thank you, Kunal.
Okay, okay.
We
And you are doing a great initiative. It's very nice that you have created such community which discusses about competitive coding. It would really help people in future. Thank you.